Hello, friends. So this is an Instagram live that I'm going to put up as a podcast and also on my YouTube. I almost said my Instagram. On my YouTube, we have some guests coming on today. So be excited. I'll be taking questions. People can join in as well. I know I have at least a couple of guests lined up. Why is guests so hard to say plural? Blaine. Maybe we can get Blaine to join one of these videos here. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Yes. Can someone give me a thumbs up? I use this microphone, and I don't know if the microphone makes it sound any better. I imagine it does. Maybe not. Thumbs up, yay or nay. I got a wave. No, I need a thumbs up. Like someone. Oh, I got a comment down here. If you want to join, you can. But thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. But you have to have a question. So I think we have Mitch is coming on. Thanks, Blaine. And then we have maybe an NBA basketball player coming on as well. Oh my gosh. And so, yeah, you can join the podcast, Coach Manny. I miss these comments, and it's really annoying. So if you guys have comments, there's like a questions thing in there. So type in the question so it saves them. Once that's cool. Go some questions. Love you, bro. Appreciate that. Once about if I keep someone maintenance calories and start giving them extra physical activity, then what should be the result? Calories are really goofy. Obviously, calories in, calories out is going to be the determining factor of like what maintenance is. But your calories in and your calories out, changes with physical activity. And so you might need to increase your caloric intake. There's also kind of weird things where like you'll work out more, but you actually you'll decrease your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. At the end of the day, I wish it was like an exact like nth degree science that we knew. But sometimes we don't. And so keeping track of weight daily or weekly and keeping a rolling average is really important. Can be wildly helpful. So I have someone wanting to join here, and I appreciate that. Let me see if I can. If you guys want to, you guys can join. You have to ask to join. There's like a join button. If you want to join, you can. We'll start hopping straight into some questions here as we go forward. I have a couple here listed out that people wanted to talk about. There's one the other day that I didn't fully get to answer that I wanted to. It was about organization. I actually did a presentation on this for Edu that we're putting out. The difference between individual training and group training, because I've had people ask me about some of my workouts, my programs. Oh, is this like, can I apply this to a group? And that's kind of, you can, but sometimes you kind of can't, because logistics play a really important role in group training in the sense that you might have 3, 4, 5 racks, 6 racks being used at once. And so when you start to manage that many people, you also have to manage your eyesight as a coach. Can you see all the people you're actually trying to train and doing that? When I'm working with one person, I have a lot more freedom to go around and pick an exercise, pick a movement, because I'm always watching them. I'm not like managing where my eyesight is in the sense that I have 6 people, I got to keep them in front of me. This is something that I've learned from the difference between group setting and big setting, and I want to talk about that before. All right, Manny, let's hop on. We might need to give you tap out or whatever, click out. All right, I'm waiting for him to join. I think it takes a second. I think I hit it. Oh, there you are.
How you doing?
Good. You got to tell me where are you located?
Scotland, UK.
Oh, that's so cool. We had someone in Greece yesterday on here. So I've had Greece and now I have UK, Scotland. I'm trying to get the whole globe.
That's cool.
How we doing?
Sorry?
How we doing?
I'm good, yeah.
Good.
Just trying to make my mark in the industry, really.
We all kind of are, aren't we?
Yeah. So I've previously coached at the University of Washington in Seattle as well.
Oh.
And sort of just with the football team as well. I've worked under Coach Mack, Coach Ron McKeefery, and he was very insightful, and something that I sort of took from that placement and I kind of want to ask you on is athlete mentality and how much that plays into how much they can get out of the program.
Yeah, and obviously hugely important, right? Because you're only going to be able to get as much out of an athlete as they're willing to give. Certain athletes don't, and this is the honest truth, don't actually have to give that much in the weight room to be successful. it's just not like that important to them. I work with certain basketball players, and I know basketball players who are really gifted who don't really need to lift weights to get any better. But in other areas, might be super dedicated. Like classic examples, Allen Iverson, right? That's an extreme example, I know. And so that's one aspect of it, is being honest where they're applying themselves, because at the end of the day, I'd rather have them applying all their efforts on the sports, if nothing at all. And then another aspect of it is understanding why this is important. And that's something I've learned quite a bit with a lot of the guys I work with. I think when we're coaches, we treat them as if they have to do something. But when we were players or athletes, we want to know why we did something. So I'll give you an example. I played a D3 basketball team, and it was like a really smart team. We had like 7 guys who got like PhDs. They're a very intelligent basketball team. Like one guy's like a nuclear physicist, the other one builds like microchips, and it's like a very smart group. But they weren't told why to do something, so they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna go study instead.
Yeah.
Versus if you really understand, like, if you do this, and then this is gonna help you get this, and this might help you get playing time. I feel like as an athlete, you then know what you're missing out on if you don't apply yourself. Versus a lot of athletes, they don't know why. Like oh, I'm not going to work out, but it doesn't make a difference, so I'm not missing anything. It's a value proposition. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I try, and when I talk to, regardless of the age, I tell, well, not super young, but let's say under 14 and above. I say, look, you're old enough that you can start to realize like when an exercise makes sense for you, when it feels like, too much or too little. So have that reasonability. You're also smart enough to go to bed on time, and you're smart enough to eat food, and you have to take responsibility for that stuff. But if you have questions, ask. And that way they can learn. I always tell them if they can learn to do what I hope they could do, then they never have to use me.
Yeah.
And like, that's the ultimate goal. But in a group setting, it's so different, because in a team, football, you have 90 guys or something like that. And it's just like you have in total maybe at best 20 support staff, maybe. You get strength staff, assistant coaches, film, all the other interns in between. And that's really tough. It's just a tough environment compared to basketball where there's like 12 or 15 guys.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah. How is it that you drive that sort of curiosity in them?
I ask them. I try to spend a lot. I say, like, why are you here? Because they come to me to train, which is very different than they've been recruited to train. Like, I've never recruited a guy to train with me. And so it's like, why are you here? What do you want to get out of this? And at the end of every workout, we said, do you like the workout? What aspects did you like? What aspects made sense? Were there certain aspects you want to change? And obviously you can't do that with every single athlete in a team setting. But it's the whole idea that they need to understand why they do something. Because if they can understand why, then maybe they can actually provide input to me that makes me a better coach. They're like, oh, I'm trying to work on my first step off of a ball screen. Can I work on that? Or I have trouble like stopping when I run really fast to shoot a jump shot. So they don't know that means lateral deceleration, but I know it means lateral deceleration. But now they're starting to think about their sport and things they're not good at or good at, maybe things that matter and don't matter. And then they can start to prioritize it, because if they came in just to work out, there's like 1,000 things I could do. I want to do things that actually help them. Yeah. So just talk to them about it, and making sure they know about it, the person, versus like, maybe a parent is like, sometimes the coach is focused on telling the parent this, and this, and then like the kid's like doesn't care at all. But it's like, no, let's talk to the kid and say, like, this is why we're doing this, and this isn't for you. That's okay, and we'll try again later, or maybe we'll try when you're more ready or when you think it's more a priority. Not pull like ears to try and make them come in to work out. If they don't want to be there, they don't want to be there. That's okay. I tell them that. So if you want to sit out this workout, I don't care. I say I get paid either way. I say it makes no difference to me whether you try hard or not. The same dollar account gets charged. So you can try, and you don't have to try. But if you're going to get in the way of my other kids trying, you're not going to be allowed to be here anymore. Yeah. But if you want to try and not try too hard, that's on you. Oh, see, Jacob Townsend, the man. I appreciate it. That's one of my athletes.
But he knows.
Very cool. Well, does that make sense? I try to be really honest. I don't try to BS people. I coach who try to motivate me and stuff. And, for one workout, that might work. Yeah. But it's just like, yeah, cool. They're not going to, I want to teach them something. And so I try to just really talk to them and treat them like a grown-up.
100%. And I think that's something that I'm always very pushing in my athletes is that I'm also there for their
Mhm.
human side, developing that as long as their athletic abilities. Because I think not everyone, unfortunately, is going to be pro, so we need to give them transferable skills that are going to work in training
Mhm.
or in camp or in sport, but then also outside of that as well.
No, I totally agree. I think being the human within the session's important too. Now, I got someone who wants to come on, but I have to ask you one last question.
Yep.
Okay. Favorite ice cream
Oh,
flavor?
I ask this to my athletes all the time. Honeycomb.
Wow. I don't even know I've tried that before. Well done. You win. Congratulations. You've beaten me at my game. Well done, Manny.
I I ask this to my athletes all the time as well.
Well, I love
Like new app, and then it's new ice cream, film, series, or their favorite meal.
it. Okay. Well, you win. And you beat me on honeycomb. That sounds very good. Wouldn't even thought of that. Nice talking to you, man.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. See ya. I think I clicked. I'm not even trying to work it. I think you have to hang up on me.
All right.
No, I think I have someone. Who? Mitch, are you there? No? Something happened. Loading. Oh, there he is.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
How you
Here, let's
doing,
see.
Max?
Good. How you doing, man? Look at that background. Looks like you're ready to take a senior portrait.
I'm actually at my my alma mater. I just finished a workout with a Celtics guy, and we're outside now. So
Very
it's
good.
good.
Who is it?
Good scenery.
Can I ask? Is that
Uh,
allowed to be?
this one isn't, unfortunately.
Okay.
But
Well, that
you'll
makes
you'll
it
fit.
pretty.
Yeah.
That makes it probably pretty obvious who it is then. So I always enjoy.
There you go.
Fair enough. Well, very good. I know people always see the drills you post, but obviously this is something that's totally off left field. I think when you post drills and someone else posts drills, you have to remember, people who watch this, that we might do like 90 minutes of drills.
Yeah.
And if I film 90 minutes of work, of course I'm going to post the thing that looks the coolest.
Right.
Like, like I don't think people understand. It's kind of like if I were to go and I had a bunch of jewelry or art, and I have 90 pieces in my collection. Well, maybe 2 of those pieces are the most eye-catching.
Yeah.
So of course I'm going to put that in front. That's not my entire catalog.
Yeah.
And I think when people see that, they're like, "Oh my God, you play with balloons, you have a foam finger or whatever," and they're like, "You can't have a possible workout like that." But guys, you gotta understand that that's not how that works. Who comments boring? Who joins a live and comments boo, boo, thumbs down that comment? Absolutely, none of that. Sorry about that. I gotta handle the madness going on here.
No, control it. I like it.
No, you get booed if you have lame comments.
But it's so true to your point. Like, if people could see the amount of footage I have in my phone that is just not posted, I think they would understand. Like, so much of what we do is sloppy because the learning is sloppy. So much of what we do is repetition without repetition. So we might show a clip that's 10 seconds, but we just spent 6 minutes doing this drill and getting a lot of repetition with, a good amount of variability. But I'm only going to post maybe 3 of the clips that highlight the drill the best so that people can learn from it. But it is a little bit tricky trying to give the most efficient clips, because I understand the attention span isn't high, especially on an app like Instagram, and you want them to get something out of it. But
Yeah, it's very hard to learn
so
on Instagram. It's easy to get interested.
Yeah.
That's kind of the balance you have to take. Like, no one's going to go and say, "Oh, wow, that biochemistry book I read that was 600 pages was interesting." No. That's informative. But they are going to say that Neil deGrasse podcast, or I guess he's not a biochemist, he's an astrophysicist, was interesting. So I'm interested in astrophysics. I'm interested in string theory after listening to whomever. So, like, interest is different than information. And sometimes the Instagram world, we have to pique interest and then give them outlets. I know you have an email and stuff to have information for further, but people get that kind of confused at times. So it's a little
100%.
interesting. But
Yeah.
I think it's a thing to point out, because I know people might check out your clips after this and say, oh my gosh, he plays the balloons. He also works with pro guys and people pay him, so people obviously like what he does. But it's also a small piece of it.
100%. And like so much of the value that I think I have as a trainer is the personal piece, and that's the conversations after the workout. It's the conversations in the middle of the workout. It's just the subtle relationship piece where I can understand the person and then start to tweak with the internal constraints, because that's a lot of the work I do is understanding how we can get the best out of each person. And that's really difficult to portray over social media, because social media in general is a false view of a person, and we need to understand their flaws, their strengths as much as we can. So I think it's super important. The interest part is great. You need it, especially helping the business side and making this a scalable thing. But letting people know it's only a portion of the picture is incredibly important.
What advice would your advice for looking? Wow, these comments are moving fast. All right. What advice what would your advice, I think, be for someone looking to intern with you? There we go.
Shoot me a DM.
Wait, Blaine, I saw your invite. We'll get you after this time. So hang in there. I get messages. I'm not sure if you see them, but I get them.
Yeah, I see a little bit, but they are going fast. That question's for you, right, Max?
I don't know. Maybe it's for you. I unfortunately don't do interns. I've taken a couple remotely. In the past, when I had a different location, I did take a couple. But you might know a couple. Strength to Speed, Drake the Bear was an intern of mine. And I say, you know Drake. And then he was an intern of mine many years ago. He was my last group I had. And then I always feel bad here in my setting now because I work a lot of individual. And when you're working one-on-one, it's hard to then give any time to the intern. And so it's kind of like, I feel like they're just like racking weights for me, and I feel bad. And it's not like, oh, go coach that person, because I can't. Like, the nice thing about an internship in a big setting is you can hey, dude, can you offload some of the work on me? Versus when I'm one-on-one, it's kind of hard. And maybe in the summer it makes more sense. The biggest advice I can give you for looking to intern for someone, I don't want to say like myself, that's like an egotism thing, but like myself in terms it's an individual, is try and offer value. Like, what can you film stuff? Can you write an email? I don't know what it might be, because the offloading of work isn't going to be like training my one guy I'm working with, because I'm doing that. And sometimes in a big setting that is really helpful. But in the small setting, it's like, well, I don't know what I can do, so then I just feel bad. If that makes sense. That's what I would say. So if you can find and add value, that's the biggest thing. If you're just looking for straight knowledge, you have to pay. That's honest one too, because then I can if I get paid, then I can be responsible to strictly fulfill that payment duty and teach you like you were a student. And that's just, if you get in the middle ground, you're kind of balancing the both, and it gets kind of tough. So
yeah, I think that value piece is so important, and the people that stick to it for the longest reap the benefits. Like, I went out to California. I was doing my undergrad out there, but during COVID, there was 2 years where we weren't able to play basketball. And so I wanted to get in the gym myself. And there was a trainer out there, Jordan Lally, who's got a great gym, brings in a bunch of talented people. I worked for 2 straight years, didn't get paid a single cent, and was just like, I'm going to provide as much value as possible. And then COVID worked the way it worked, is like, guys needed gyms, and he had a private gym that was open, and there was just an overflow of people. And because I showed up early, I cleaned the floor when I wasn't being asked to. I filmed if he needed someone to film. Then I went from filming guys to running his youth group. And then I went from running the youth group to, oh, he's got 3 NBA guys and he can't be with this one. Mitchell, you go take him. And that's just how it was. Is like, you got to build that trust, build that value. But it's not like, oh, I'm going to come here one day and have the motivation and do it good. Like, no, you got to do it for day in, day out, every minute you're on. And I think some people lose sight of that. It's like it's a long time where you got to keep consistently providing more value.
All right, you're on my podcast because that's the title of this. It's podcast hosted by me, guest appearances, possible NBA player. I don't know where's AJ at. He says he's going to be on here sometime. Text him. And then, so now you have to ask me a question. I want to hear what you want to hear. What question do you got?
Cool. I like this.
That's actually not really how podcasts work. I guess if you're on my podcast, I should ask you a question. That's kind of a new route. I should host a podcast where I make the other person host me. That's kind of a nice little like ego trip.
I like that. What age do you feel like you will be most athletic? And it could be an age you haven't hit yet.
Oh, God. I mean, potential-wise is probably 25, 24, 27, 26. Kind of depends your maturity. Some people mature a little bit later.
No, I'm talking personally. You, Max.
I am currently my most athletic today, right now. And that only happened recently. And I mean that in the sense there might have been a time I could have jumped a little bit higher. Like if that's what you want to deem athleticism, whatever. I could hit my head on the backboard at one point in time. But I had so much knee pain from like the workouts I was doing, and the repeatability of it was so low. Like I was so obsessed with like trying to just like jump that I couldn't really dunk in a game. I could like run and hit my head on the backboard, but I couldn't do any of it off the move. Versus, do I jump as high now? I went and actually tested a 1 foot jump today, and I think I can. It was actually I touched 11.1, but I think I could have touched 11.3 if I like knew how to hit the stupid thing. Because I kept like, it's hard to hit this. I didn't realize how difficult it is to hit. I'll touch off 1 foot. I can do it off of two. Because basically on two you just jump straight up, but on one you have like a timing thing. But whatever, it's an excuse, I suppose. And my reach is basically 8 foot. So what is that, like 39 off 1 foot, kind of roughly, which is good. But I can go off of 1 and 2 foot like in what would be drills now very easily. So I could go out there if I had to, and like I'm not sure why you would do it. If I wanted to go and see how many dunks I could do in a drill. Yeah. I wouldn't like be concerned about like, oh, this is gonna be the one I dunk. Like it's just kind of like if I'm there, I'll dunk it. If not, I'll lay it up. But it's not like, oh, now that was the window. Like So I suppose my most athletic is now, and a lot of that's because I had to train guys in the summer. So I was just guarding people. Yeah. Like the amount of sheer volume of court work of me, like I did math on it. One day I ran 50 sprints because we were running a chase drill for shooting. And I basically was behind everyone and I had to chase them. And we did like 4 spots and it was like 8 reps each person. I'm just like dead. Yeah. Because I'm the guy chasing on like the 3-step acceleration. So I'm probably the most athletic now. I had some injuries in the past that held me back. I got, like I said, when I got my head on my backboard, I was really jumping then. And then I had some, whether it's a meniscus tear or something, I'm not sure what went sideways. But for like 7 months, I couldn't like bend my knee. Like it was like really bad. And then one day it felt like it popped into place. And so it could be like a loose meniscus, which can happen. I don't argue with it. I'm old, so things hurt. I'm bored and hurt all the time. And I do a lot of silly things outside of the training I recommend for people. A lot of the training I do is like, it's kind of like what I recommend times 4 because I'm trying to do my athletes' workouts and then I'm trying to like program my other stuff. And so I end up doing like 25 things. And if I'm filming something, you'll do like 34 reps because you just want the good rep on there and then you're exhausted. So my organization's very poor. My volume is very high, and having a gym in my basement doesn't help that because I just walk down there like fully turfed and everything. So most athletic, I guess, would say right now, I guess holistically, I'll take that. I think I can get more athletic for the next 1 to 2 years, and then I think, I don't know, maybe 36 you could probably still go till. I'm not playing. I don't have that mileage, but we'll see.
All right, well, I'll be following along. I love it. Thanks for having me.
Are you a sourdough fan? What is that?
Oh, I'm a huge sourdough fan. That person knows, whoever said that.
A sourdough, like bread?
The bread. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my wife's like that. She got really into sourdough bread, and we ordered it from this place that bring it. It's good. Like, especially when you can, like, peel it open, and, like, it's nice, has the air pockets in it.
Yeah.
I like the
Drake knows when pigs fly.
Oh, I know. I've had it when pigs fly. It's overrated. It's not that good. Oh, I've been in Maine. I've been up there with him. I've had it. Do you go to the ice cream place with him up there?
What ice cream place?
It's like an ice cream. It's like an old looking, like, I don't know, it's a big wooden sign. Are you from Maine?
No. I've spent a lot of summers up there, though. Pretty close to where Drake is.
It's like a big place. There's like 2 windows, and it's like just an ice cream shop. It's off like I went there at night, so I don't know any of the surroundings.
Gotcha. Was it good?
Yeah, it had like a bunch of gravel. You wait in gravel. Like like the parking lot just kind of gravel, and it's good, very good. For Drake,
like
goes to get ice cream.
All right. Well, I'm overdue to go see Drake, so maybe we'll go up there, get some ice cream. I'll bring him some sourdough. That'll be good.
I heard Hoopin with Mitch is him. Is this true?
I don't know what that means.
Don't respond. He's not him. He trains people who are them.
Yeah,
them.
it's more accurate.
if it's the other person of a him. All right, who else we got? Blaine, you're up next, dude. Thanks for hanging on. All right, Mitch. All right. I think you got to hang up on me.
How do I do that? There we go. Let's see.
I don't know. I'm just gonna accept someone else. Maybe you'll get booted.
All right, cool. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I think I leave.
All right, so that's Mitch, and we got Blaine, and it's our last person. I thought we were gonna have a special guest of a NBA player today. We didn't. I accepted this. Now I think it should join. Maybe he has to accept it. Awesome, guys. Appreciate you all being on here so far. My thoughts on BCAAs. I guess useful in select scenarios would be the best way to put that. When adequate protein's accepted. Oh, Age, you want to join? You just missed Mitch. I was asking if you were going to be here. Hop on, dude. I send you a request. I use a moderator. I don't want to do that. Go live with AJ. You got to request it. Request it down below. I think BCAs are good, but I don't think they're necessarily necessary at all times. How about that? It's kind of a lame answer. I know the original research was really hyped about it, and then it didn't get as hyped. I want to see if I can add him. Go live with him. Wow, people are going to miss out. We have possible NBA. Of course, sorry about the lame answer, by the way. I know it's kind of hit or miss. It's kind of like a pseudo answer. I suppose for people who compete and need like really acute replenishment and certain things like that, it'd be better. Oh, what is this filmed on? A potato? Are we in the car?
What up? Yeah, I just got done working out.
Oh my gosh, NBA superstar.
I got like 2 minutes. I gotta go get lunch.
What are you getting?
Greenhouse.
Are you getting the Greenhouse Bowl? Do they have a bowl sponsored by you yet?
No, we still got to work on that.
No? All right, well, you get a question then. I've already asked people questions. I got to think of a question I haven't asked you yet, though. We'll go rapid fire. Favorite type of pizza?
Sausage, mushroom, green pepper.
Have you ever had green olives on it?
No, I don't like olives.
Really good. Very good. When you're here next time, we'll get it.
Right.
Yeah, they got a smash pizza place, and they got a new pizza place coming in over there. That's really good. Mm-hmm. Where Mia Russo used to be. So we'll get some. Okay. Favorite bowl? Is it like an acai bowl?
No, it's like rice chicken type bowls.
Oh yeah, because you're a Panda Express.
Panda? No.
No.
Who
doesn't like mushrooms? Mushroom and pizza's good, man.
Oh, we got some hate.
I know. I'll handle the hate. Boo. Okay. Favorite ice cream? Flavor, not type. Like, not brand, but flavor.
Chocolate chip.
Mint chocolate? You're my mom. You're
That's
my mom.
Good,
no one likes mint chocolate chip.
Come on. You knew that, I think.
No, I didn't. I did not know
that. I've house before, back in the day.
Mint? Is it like do you like it with green or white?
Either way.
Green tastes better. You should like green.
It is good. Why? Because my name?
You should buy it for it. Favorite pie? Cherry, apple, rhubarb.
Probably apple. I'm not a big pie guy.
Do you have to have it with ice cream or no?
Preferably with ice cream.
Okay, we joined.
We got to get her to join.
No way.
She's probably going to say, come bring me lunch real quick.
Ooh, is she boxing and saucing in the fit again? Woo! She's probably watching.
Probably.
Okay. I got a couple more. Favorite dish I make at the house.
The mushroom chicken pasta.
Pretty good. That's a good one.
Fire.
The other one where it was like the sheet pan chicken with like the roasted garlic, and we had the puree.
Oh
that,
yeah.
That one was pretty good too.
You gotta give me the recipes still.
All right, you're down 2. There's 4 seconds left. You're on the road. Do you go for the win or go for the tie? This is college. We're going to say college NCAA tournament.
In the
Because
tournament?
that's kind of like the classic scenario. NBA, you guys have 7-game series, so it's the difference.
What do we gotta go length of the court?
No, you're inbound and a half. You have the ball at top of the key. Top of the key, you have a live dribble, 4 seconds.
I'm getting to the midi.
You probably would.
Yeah.
But now that you've been in the league, would you just now shoot a midi, but a three-pointer like a midi? Do you think you could just go to college now and just shoot? I guess the three-point line's deeper now. Because back in the day, it used to be top of the key when I played in high school.
Yeah, that's just like a pull-up, you're saying.
You could like literally just like shoot like a pull-up. Think about that.
Like that. Yes.
I mean, you can like post up.
Yeah, just get a post-up and extend
That's
catch.
like a wild thing I watch is I watch KG highlights and like he shoots that top of the key. I always like Dirk. I always like envision like them in the early 2000s or 90s playing college, and then like posting up because they could post up from the 3-point line.
Just turn and fade. And
shoot. Dirk just turn and fade from the 3-point line.
Mm-hmm.
You got any questions for me? You gotta go.
I gotta go. I'll hit you later.
No problem. Favorite ice cream? Nothing. I got here one. You can't leave. Is Bigfoot real? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes.
Trying to do some wood knocking. And that'd be a good thing to do. Is Bigfoot hunting in my cornfield.
That could be the next live stream.
I do a deviation in my career. I'm just gonna set up like a field cam and just like constantly every night.
Changes.
Yeah, banging on the side. Kelsey get mad if bang on the side of the house. Don't do that. Woo!
Infrared cameras out back.
All right, bro. I'll let you be. Have a good one. Enjoy the food. Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, we'll see you.
See you, dude. I think you got to hang up. There you go. Wow. An NBA basketball player. Can you believe that? On the podcast, on the live, the guests we get. Now, if Blaine decided to join, I've accepted his invite. He is an Olympian, so we could do NBA basketball player, Olympian. Blaine's not accepting my invite despite sending me an invite. I'm confused. Blaine, accept it. I keep accepting it, but you're not. Maybe you're not even on. Maybe that's the issue, is you're not on. When choosing workout clothes, you go for comfort. Comfort. Actually, comfort, but plus weight. Because it's like a hoodie weighs a lot sometimes. If you're running and jumping, it's surprisingly annoying. That's a fun fact. Shoes, I do basketball shoes. I like basketball shoes. I'm biased. I'm very biased. I like basketball shoes. I lifted in basketball shoes. I play in basketball shoes. I don't do barefoot. I'm at a gym. I don't like to. I just don't like it. Not my cup of tea. I know I have a bunch of questions I should get to. Someone said they love me. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Any other questions? Let me know. I might have missed a bunch. Cool. Do we have anyone else who wants to join here? We can join. I'm about to hang up here, and then we'll be out in a second. Wow, what a gig. Huge day. All right, last questions coming in. Brief overview of business model training place at your house year-round, off-season. That's a good question. That's a tough one. I actually luckily have a facility next door that I use as well. So for any group setting or clients I don't take to the house or don't have room for, I go there. Clients who come to the house, it's a very select group who get to train at the house for specific reasons because I just don't want tons of foot traffic in my house. That makes sense. Luckily, the facility next door is very kind. I can get space and whatnot. And so that makes life very easy. The people who have a more robust number of people coming through the house, I would imagine having a separate, something I've thought about as well, not location, but entryway would be nice, a separate bathroom, just to make it closed off for the sake of my house isn't gigantic. and I don't have gigantic space. And so if I were going to train people out of the house, I would really need, in that high volume, I would need to have separate entryways from that standpoint. If that makes sense. All right. Well, I think that's everyone. And we might be wrapping up here. We're going to see if we have any more questions coming in. So I want to say thanks to everyone. As always, I appreciate y'all. I'll try and do this quite a bit. Maybe get some more cool guests on. We had, like I said, 3 people we've had across the globe. Really awesome people in Maine, people in UK. And so it's really fun to do this. I just want to say thanks to everyone who joined these, who listens to these, who hops on these. It's pretty cool. It's a cool way for me to get back and connect with some of my followers. So I'll try and do this here and there as much as I can, and get things, not started, but more consistent. That's the right word. Same time frame this year. You wearing your AJ Green jersey? I should wear my AJ. I have. I should have rocked it to the Letty, to be honest with you. Matt Bolero Sports on here. We've had some heavy hitters on our live today. We had AJ. We have, Bolero's on here. Actually, I should get Matt on here sometime. Matt, that'd be cool to get you on here to talk about being an agent and whatnot, and what that's like. That's a side of sports and business that no one talks about. You got a cool background too, because you have the player scouting side, and you were a player at one point in time yourself. So I think that'd be cool to get you on. So at some point in time, if you want to hop on this, I would love to have the legend of Matt himself on here, and we can chat about my horrible golf game while we're at it. But next time I'll rock the AJ Green jersey. I should have done that. Well, I appreciate you guys as always. Take care. Thank you a ton, and I will see you all next time. You good? You're in? I don't know what I'm in. Is I'm in or I'm in? Both of you, get you and AJ. That would be cool. I think I can do a group setup. You and AJ and myself. I think I have to do that through like a called Rooms or something. So we can get AJ. AJ's agent is Matt, who you guys see on here. And Matt is a former head of player scouting for the Bucks, I believe. If that's correct. You can Google him. Every time you can say Google somebody, you know you're doing cool things. So you can go ahead and Google Matt for all the listeners out there who want to hear more about him. So we'll get him on in the future. I appreciate you guys. As always, take care and enjoy.